Managing a female artist comes with its own sets of challenges, especially when there is an amorous relationship involved. At least that's what the producers are saying. Quite recently, musician Queen eShun's made some damning revelations or allegations about her former manager and how things spiraled out of control due to their relationship. In today's episode of Say It Loud, we'll be getting responses to some of these allegations. We'll take a quick break here. When we return, we'll introduce our guest. My name is Lord Harisido Asari. Welcome back and thanks for joining us. This is Say It Loud. Today, our guest is the CEO of Kofi Men's Music and the former manager of musician eShun's. Stephen.
Yes.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Let's go back to the very beginning. How did you and eShun's meet?
I think the first time I met her was somewhere around the latter bit of 2014 December. I think somewhere around 29th of December 2014.
Okay.
Exactly. I think that's the time that I met her, and she's done Glow X Factor, and I think for a year, and so she was waiting. I mean, her words. She was waiting for somebody to sign her up for her to start work in terms of putting music. Because she's done Glow X Factor, she's been amazing on the stage. She came first runner-up and almost winning the get one. So that's basically about it. So she's been home after that reality show and waiting to start her professional project. So it was basically to help her with her creative skill. So yes, I meant that was about it. So I saw her, I realized she was extremely good. So we put out our first song somewhere around February 2015. That's where we put out our first song. It was May.
Yes, I remember.
Exactly.
I remember.
Yes, very beautiful song, produced by Willis Beats, which did very good. I mean, it did well. People loved it and loved her vocal dexterity and vocal ability. It was amazing. You know, she's one of a kind in terms of her musical ability and her talents. She's beyond. She's amazing in terms of her, singing. I mean, her stage craft, amazing artist.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was that was a drive for me to want to make sure I put my quota in to make sure that she gets to where exactly she's destined to get to. So
that's what influenced you to choose her. In that regard, did the music and professional line start before the two of you got involved, or was the other way around?
At the time, my wife has passed. I think my wife passed 6th December 2014, and so I needed to get back to. I work with radio GBC. Yes. And I needed to get back to radio. They gave me 10 days after my wife passed, and I needed to get back to radio, and it was difficult. So when she said she wants to learn anything entertainment, I said, like, okay, I also need somebody to voice for me, because I can play the music and I need somebody to speak. Because when I start speaking, it will come off some way. Your wife just died recently, and you're back on radio and talking and making everybody happy, and it wasn't insensitive on my side to do that. To my wife's family and all that. So I felt, since she also has a very good voice, she should do the voice. So I was playing the music and she was speaking on radio. Anytime she's speaking, she sings, and everybody's happy. Like,
And this was in still December 2014?
No, this is 15. We've entered 2015.
January 2015?
January, February, exactly.
Because you stated that the music...
Her first song was
2015.
Yeah.
So in that regard, were you...
she was
a producer or just a friend who was
helping? At the time we had a running order, as in a verbal arrangement that we were working with, that states all the things we do. We even put it on paper.
You put
your
agreement on paper?
The arrangement that we had, yes, of course. Put on paper the term of the agreements and all that.
So it's documented, both of you signed?
Yeah. No, not the signing is the issue, because there was a clause in the contract that states that non-exclusive rights. So, as in, she being the only artist I can manage, she wasn't happy with it. And I can remember her pastor even. She sent the contract to her pastor for her pastor to go through it. Pastor Daniels. He's a fine man. Fine man.
I'm trying to draw
let me try and build it. So it was back and forth because of that clause that I can only manage her and not. I said I can manage her and manage anybody. That was a clause in the contract, and she didn't like that.
You can manage her and manage anybody.
Any other person I wanted, like an exclusive clause.
Okay.
But she felt that for the next 5 years I should manage only her. I was like, nah, I should be able to manage other people if I so desire. I mean, it's a company, it's government's music. So we were going back and forth on that clause in the contract.
She wanted exclusivity.
Exactly, I didn't want to have exclusivity. So that's where we had the back and forth. And at a point in time, I needed to get a publication right. And so I needed to have the contract sent to the company which was supposed to do the right for her, the publication right for her. So obviously, she needed to send me. She wasn't around, so I had to send me her signature through how do you call it? Mail.
It was scanned.
Yeah, so it was scanned. So obviously, I'm sure the thinking is that if I put it out there, it wasn't even directly, it was digital signature. So that's why I don't want to belabor that issue.
But was the relationship before that? I mean, the two of you.
You see, I do not want to go into this because it's if it was, it's my private stuff. I don't need to put it out there. What is public is my working relationship, which I want to discuss that.
It's not just a working relationship with her, which is out there. I mean,
she also
identified you as her ex-boyfriend. So I want to know whether you started working professionally with her before love came into the scene, there was a lovey-dovey thing, and then you realize that there's also the talent. So let me manage you.
Lord, I do not think that is necessary for this conversation. I do not think so. So I've said it before that I do not think that part of the conversation is something I would want to address. I would want to address issues about which is key to my company's forward progress and our image, basically.
Let's talk about the fact that after everything spiraled down, she's saying that, or she says that you are still holding on to certain things that ideally is creditors to her, i.e. the Instagram account. Did you really charge 120,000 to give her back her account?
So that's something I want to address. One, social media platforms, which I'm sure she admitted when we went to gamble, that I created them. When I met her, she had an account called Miss eShun's, which was the account she was using when she was at Glow X Factor. But I wanted to have something that I can manage myself, because you see, if it's there are people that, when I manage an artist account, you'd want to have some level of control. And again, there are people who probably know her personally. So if you're using her own account that she's using, you might see stuff that you don't want to see. So basically, I didn't want to use her account. So I created a new account and called it eShun's Online.
So that was supposed to be the professional account?
Yes, that was supposed to be the business account. That was supposed to be the tools that the company was using to promote her.
Okay.
Which we created across the line. Of course, created one at Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We created an account on iTunes, Spotify, and all those places for her, which we're managing. So when we had a meeting with Gamble, the conversation came up, and they asked me how much would I want to take, because I've invested in the channels. How much would I want to take for those accounts? And I mentioned the figure, and the figure is nowhere close to the amount she's mentioning.
You didn't say 120,000?
No, I didn't say.
How much were you willing to charge?
It's out there in the public, and I'm sure.
But I'm asking you.
Oh, it's 50,000 was. 50,000 was.
You charge her 50,000 for the account?
For all the accounts, which included
Facebook, IG.
Instagram, Twitter, SoundCloud, AudioMark, Reverb Nation, and the digital platforms.
Okay, but as it stands now, you have wiped the accounts clean, and this,
which is something that she directed. She told Gamble to tell me to clean her stuff, take her stuff off the space.
If you were not going to give it to her?
Because she couldn't get access to she couldn't pay the amount.
When you requested that she pays 50,000, what was the deliberation that went into it, and how long did she eventually come up?
So
she
one went to
she wasn't going to pay.
When we went to Gambro, we had a discussion and we all came to agreement. And in fact, there was a question that was asked when we were in Gambro, that how much have I spent in the project? You know, as of today, I have close to 120 songs that I work with that we couldn't release that are there, sitting there. So I can remember. They asked her how much does she think we have spent. They asked me first, and I said, close to something in the region of 500,000 Ghana cedis, which is 5 billion O cedis. So how much I think I've spent so far. And they asked her whether she agrees, and she says that yes, I haven't paid some people, so, and I'm owing some money. So if I pay those people, it might be more. But so yes, she agrees. And of course, right now I'm even owing people money that I haven't paid out of the project.
Okay, yeah. So let me just stop here, and then I'll take a quick break. We've been speaking to Stephen Mensah, aka Kofi Men's Music CEO. Welcome back. This is Say It Loud, and we've been speaking to the former manager of eShun's, also the CEO of Kofi Men's Music. Stephen.
Yes, sir.
Why did you decide to use your current signee, Nana Blue, her label? Why did you use? Why using eShun's account for her now? Okay,
so you're saying eShun's account in the sense that
registered account. I mean.
Okay. In the sense that you know that account has been used to manage her content.
Yes.
Of course. Okay, so Nana Blue was not excited about that decision, but the team sat down and were like, okay, you know something, this is an account that we have, that we've invested into the account, and it's currently 273 at the time followers, and we had other accounts which we haven't even live them, but why not use it for our new brand? She already has an account which is Nana Blue Online, so you could follow her and find her. It's Nana Blue Online. So when we agreed that we want to use that page to do it, we've already sent a request to Instagram that Instagram should change the name to reflect with the new brand that we are pushing. But you know, it's a process. It takes some time before Instagram effects some of those changes. So maybe we should have probably waited till Instagram made a change before we posted Nana Blue stuff there, which was what Nana Blue was saying. But the team felt that it's our products. eShun's Online isn't the same as eShun's. It's not. It's like saying Peace FM is the same as Radio Peace. It's not. So
if you type a name right now, it's still the account which will pop up.
Because because the algorithms have picked it up. I mean, the search engines have picked up that ID as if it's from there. So that's basically about it. So after conversation, none was not happy about it, to be honest. Until we were able to convince her that this is what the situation is, and we feel that having to spend new amount of money to do promotion and all that, if we can use the account to do that, that helps us and reduce the cost. Like, don't forget, we already have created or incurred some costs out of the former project, so we thought we could use it to push her, because she's a very amazing talent. So
let me still dwell on eShun's a bit. You complimented her so many times that she's amazing and all that. If you believed in the brand, although she wasn't able to pay up, if you believe in her, why didn't you just give it back to her?
It's a conversation. In fact, so when I sent the bill, I felt, which is what a lot of people also thought, that she could have come back to the table and say, okay, and it wasn't even an outright payment. It was a 3 installation payment. It was like pay all. And eShun's herself said that I'm owing people to the tune of more than that amount. Do you get the more than
once she did.
Hold on. So she admitted that yes, I'm owing some money, and I felt that now that she, and this, don't forget, this is we stopped working somewhere around last year May, and this conversation I was having with Gamo was somewhere around December. Do you get it? Okay. And at the time she's dropped about 4 or 5 songs. You get the point. So I felt that it is possible. It was in a place for her to be able to sympathize with our plights, because we've invested money into the content that we've done 120 songs that are there right now in her for her, and this is all money. And on that case, we had a conversation, and Gamo said that, is it possible we can have a third party put that 120 songs out there, and we have a split share and share the money? She said she's not interested because she's changed her brand, and she's now doing different type of songs. Those songs are not songs that she wants to do again.
Okay.
You get it? So I'm saying that you are looking at the fact that I believe in her brand, of course, and I'm saying she will continue to do well, and I wish her all the best in terms of, because she's so amazing to do well.
So what happens if she pays the money now?
I'll gladly give it to her.
You give it back to her
today. If they call me, Stevie, we have been able to raise the money for you.
Still 50,000, not 120.
Oh, bro, I've told you how much I'll charge, right?
Did the police ever invite you with regards to the Instagram account? I know you said you give it to her and all that, but did the police invite you? She said she reported.
I'll give it to her.
No, I mean with the Instagram account. Were you ever invited by the police?
No, not yet. Maybe they're about to.
Okay. eShun has alleged that you emotionally abused her, body shamed her. What's your take on that? How do you respond to that?
If I'm working with you, I mean in office here, sometimes I'm sure on how to go, what to do, you have disagreements. I mean, and in this moment, as you have disagreements, you probably say some things that's like, oh, well, let's do that. Let's do it this way. Heated arguments. I don't think that is molesting. Will I be molesting if I have that kind of conversation with you? You might sometimes take offense to maybe the way I express myself in terms of the conversation in the job.
So that you said in the heat of the moment, production.
I mean, work. Let's instead of releasing the song, let's release the song, and everybody's making arguments. And no, this song is better. And maybe I say, oh, no, this song. How can this song be? In that one, and maybe I say something as I'm making my arguments.
But did you ever body shame her?
Tell me, eShun's is a very pretty lady, isn't she? How can I body shame her?
It could you've known her longer. It could be anything.
Like what?
I mean, there's an instance where she claims she told her that she's nothing, and she didn't categorically say what the exact statement was about the body shaming, but she did say that you body shamed her, and then you more treated it.
I didn't do that.
There's an instance where she indicated the house in Cape Coast. She worked for a very long time because she was broke. She came home, she was famished, and you totally ignored her.
Lord, I don't know what she's talking about.
That never happened.
I don't know what she's talking about, Lord.
Really?
I don't know what she's talking about. And again, let me state this one here. It is difficult for me to even, we have been having a conversation about this interview. It's difficult for me to talk about it because obviously, you see, this is a brand that I put my resources, my energy, my everything into it. I do not think it would be fair on me, even me, to sit anywhere and denigrate that brand or say stuff that would bring that brand down. No, I won't do it. Because you see, the point that what she's done, she's already done it. Me coming to sit here and saying bad stuff about her or trying to denigrate or trying to say stuff that would make her brand.
We're not asking to
I'm saying
denigrate her. We're in an age where
some of the things, explaining them means saying stuff that are, could go to say that, oh, this is what it is.
Such as, I mean, if you have to call a spade a spade.
Of course, you say a spade, but some spade can, as you use a spade, it hurts somebody. So sometimes you don't always use a spade. Sometimes you need to keep quiet, let it slide, and suffer the consequences for the betterment of the brand that you've spent 3.5 years or 4 years of your life building. It's not always that you need to. No. I think that the brand is bigger than me, and I if it means letting me suffering and for her to, because I to be honest, for the past 2 or 3 days that this issue happened, I've not been. My friends and everybody is up in arms that what's going on. It hasn't been fun.
You have not been psychologically okay.
I have been worried. I am worried. So lately, what I do is that I always listen to Nana Blue's new song, No Pressure. to try and calm me down. You get the point? Because it hasn't been easy, to be honest. But would I want it to also go through the same thing? No.
Okay, I'll take another quick break here. When we come back, we are going to delve more into it. There are issues of blackmail, and we'll also talk about his new art, Nana Blue. Welcome back. You're still watching Say It Loud, and we're speaking to eShun's former manager, Stephen.
Yeah.
So eShun said you were in the habit of blackmailing her. Every time she wanted to leave, you would get a pastor to send an anonymous message to her, and then she would panic, and so she would be forced to stay put.
No, it's not true.
Which of them is not true?
All of it is not true. And again, I'm not a manipulative person. When I want you to do something for me, I'll talk to you to do it for me. If you don't, and then obviously I leave it there, because everybody it's a free world. So there was no way that I would be in the habit or would have done anything like that. No, it's not me.
But was there ever an instance where you went for a prayer meeting and then there were some revelations concerning her life?
You know something? I would play with you. Some of this conversation, again, I don't want to talk about them because it's no, and I think that's where I want to end it. Because, I mean, it's no.
That never happened.
I don't know.
Do you have any family member who is a pastor?
Yeah, I do. I have 3, people in my family that are pastors. I attend Assembly of God Church. Okay. But currently I've been going to ICGC. So yeah, I'm a Christian.
And none of them at any point have spoken to eShun?
Bro, let's move on with the interview.
What was her nickname?
If I have pastors and they were like, then I'm sure I should have blown eShun, because pastors are powerful people who pray and things happen. And I mean, so well.
So I get the sense that you want to keep your relationship with her.
No, some of the issues, I don't think that it's necessary. No, I don't think it's necessary. I think that, again, as I told you, what I want to focus on is the business.
Yeah, but you do know that these allegations are affecting the Kofi Men's music brand.
Bro, let me tell you something. Yeah? My mother told me something. My mother is a very wise person. She told me something. She said that if people say bad stuff about you, people speak ill of you, and none of them is true, God knows. And you see, God is the maker of heaven and earth. He's the one who blesses. So if God knows the truth, He will bless me. Even though, because if I get everybody to know the truth, what do they do to me? They sympathize with me. Do I need that? No. Does that pay the amount I spend into pushing that brand? No. Does it feed me? No. So why would I be eager to? If you see me around and you think that what the girl said is true about me, and that's it. That's it. But time tells. Lord, time will tell.
In all this, what are your regrets? Or do you have any regrets at all?
I don't have regrets. Again, I'm worried. Yes, because of the moment, of course. When you are called manipulative, liar and demon, nobody likes that. So that doesn't make me happy, but I don't have regrets. I just think that I have lessons that I've learned. Lessons that I believe moving forward is helping me to be able to structure some things, do some things more better, progress, basically. And so you realize that Nana Blues project, we started somewhere last year, December 1st, and as of now, she's very known. And she did that song, Things Fall Apart Kaba.
Yes, that's what put it
everywhere.
So we are talking about lessons.
So that's some of the lessons that I've learned, that you've seen the effect of the lessons I've learned.
Let's even itemize them. Does it include not dating an artist?
Bro, I told you, I mean, I've learned lessons. Did I say I dated that artist?
You didn't?
Did you hear me say that?
You didn't?
Maybe you know something I don't know.
Also, I deny your former girlfriend. Or she's not your former.
Bro, I said I don't want to respond to those ends. You remember, right?
No, but denial is another thing altogether.
This job you are doing, We all do some, so stop it.
What are you doing differently as far as Nana Blue is concerned?
Um,
Something you're doing with her that you, because of the lessons you have learned from eShun's experience, you're not repeating.
It's the same templates. There are differences. There are more like some places we are pushing more. She's a different person, obviously. Nana Blue is not eShun. Nana Blue is it's a different feel because that it's also a very quality brand. You get it. Her voice is angelic. I mean,
but you haven't said what you're doing differently. The approach.
So of course, so the approach would be because they're two different people. So the approach is different. Nana Blue speaks French fluently. She speaks Fanti flawlessly. And there are things that about the brand that are different. So obviously, you can't say I'm doing the same thing that I was doing there, that kind of way. But yes, we are using different tech and all that to be able to push it further. So yes, that's it.
What will be your reaction when you meet eShun today?
Hi, how are you?
You won't come for your IG account.
I don't know what she's like. I tell you, she come tell me, "Steve, Jale, account. I get some dough. If she get some dough, cry away, do the cash amount, cry away, give me. I go take. I will give them."
Is there a window for a comeback for the two of you to work together?
Did you
again?
ever think that Bulldog will go back to Shatawale?
So is there
Anything's possible, bro. I'm human. Anything's possible.
So you're open
because what,
for her to come back.
Bro, I mean, so when I started working with each other, did I think this time will come? No, anything is possible. God runs this world, and He chooses how He does it.
So never say never.
Never say never. You never know. I'll be working with eShun again sometime to come. You never know. It's the reason why. It's more reason why I need not say stuff that would denigrate that brand.
That is true.
Yes.
So what will it take?
I don't know.
I mean, once your doors are open for a comeback, there should obviously be some clauses, somewhat.
Bro.
Things that will make the entire procedure relatively easier.
All my plans are 6 months. All my plans are 6 months. Have a 6 month expiry. So you never know.
Oh wait, I don't get.
I mean, I don't plan beyond in terms of like my short and
short-term goals.
Yes, I 6 months, 1 year. So I can't sit and say this is what it will take for me to do this. Things change. I mean, tomorrow morning something else will come up that will make it sensible and business. It will make business sense to get back to. You never know. Anything is possible.
Right, Stephen. Thanks a lot for coming on the show, but this is all time would allow us.
Okay.
You've been watching Say It Loud with me, Lord Harris Idwasare, and our guest for today was the CEO of Kofi Men's Music and also the former manager of musician eShun.